So what we are going to do, we are going to connect to our master first. You cannot see my screen? Yeah. Hmm. So I'll copy this. It's getting a little slow. Okay. Now, so there are some set of commands. These commands you can find it on the Google or Nagios website also. Or I have already copied it into the GitHub repository. So anywhere you can get it. So first we need to install the prerequisites, which is PHP, unzip, postfix. So all these things we needed. After that, I want my Nagios service should run by a particular user. So for that purpose, you just say enter. So I need to create user once it finishes installation. So now I'm going to add a user and I will create a group as well. And I will give the permissions to that group. add this user into that group, and in the end, modification into that group.
What is this command?
Which one?
Secondary groups.
So these are the some more groups where I'm adding Nagios. Now you need to download the Nagios core. This is the software. So I need to go there and I'm installing it. Not installing, just downloading it. There is a tar file. Okay. So if you see ls, so there is one nagios.tar file. So I need to run this command to untar it, extract it. So if I say ls now, this is the Nagios core is created. So I will go to this directory. And now I need to run some more commands. So see, if you see, there are already some files are available. So I need to configure, I need to make the packages, install the packages, all these things I need to do. So in case if you want to change your Nagios server name, you can go to the host name file and change it. I'm skipping this. I'm directly coming. You will have to configure it, the user and the group which you have created earlier. So what I'm going to do, there is a configure file underneath this, which is used to configure for my current user. Current user means I'm giving the username and the group name. Next, I need to use make all, create the packages. Once the packages are created, I need to install it. Make install. Then install on the command mode as well. Then initialize my install. Config. And in the end, I will give the permissions to the user, to my config file and all this. Now, there will be one event handler directory. Event handler means when you are opening your website, at that time, if you go to services, click, right, and it will check the host services, all these things. So for that, there is one event handler file, which I need to copy to my lib directory. Then I give the permission to the Nagios user. Okay, so up till here we have created the Nagios core we have installed. Now next is to install the Nagios plugins. Okay, to install the Nagios plugin, what you need to do, you need to copy this. This is the tar file which we need to copy. Then we will untar it. you see ls, there is one more Nagios plugin. Okay, plugin directory get created. So I will go into this. Yes, Nagios plugins. Again, it will have the configure win all these files and folders. So we need to configure. Again, I will use the same command to configure to my. So once it is configured, make install. Make install. Okay. You can find the configurations of the Nagios in this folder. We will configure Nagios and Nagios contact, edit the information. So if now what we need to do, nano command I'm using to open a configuration file of the Nagios. So here, if you go to line number 26, there is one line 151, which you need to uncomment it.
You can see the total set piece area. You can see that. Just include colon.
Okay, we are almost reached. One second, which line it is? Not 151, it is 51. But you are saying escape?
Colon.
Uh,
No, just colon, just possible colon.
colon. No, it is writing inside this.
Yes, it will. Okay, I think not just escape and then colon.
Escape. No, this is nano. This is
It will
nano.
work on VA.
VI it will work.
Okay.
So this is my 51. So you need to remove this. This is a configuration directory, okay, where my all servers related information is available. So I will create this directory. Okay. So config directory is my this servers directory. So I'm saving this. Okay. Now next, make this directory because we have configured it. So we'll make this directory and give the permission to my user. I'm giving the full permission to my user. Now when you install first command, at that time we installed Apache as well. So now in Apache we need to enable two modules, which is basically used to rewrite and enable the CGI. So these are the requirements which is basically dependency for the these are the dependency for the Nagios application to run. Same way I want to enable this Apache module. Now, once your website is started, you want to give the username and password. So what you need to do, this command is used to, I'm creating the user Nagios admin. So it will ask for the password. Reconfirm the password. Okay, now so this is my configuration file for the Nagios. So I'm creating a virtual host for this. So I'm just writing this. Now let me restart my Apache, which I already done. Again, restart. Okay, now let us try to see it on the web page. So I will go to this server, copy this, and if I go to my web browser, and if I say Nagios, okay, so my Nagios admin and password. Okay, so it is opening my Nagios website, right? But so it means it is installed, but something it is saying not running. So if I click on, so website is deployed properly, but it is still not getting some data.
So this one the genuine property.
Apache we need, PHP we need, okay, for installation, some J postfix, some modules. So these steps basically we need to follow to bring this my website, but still it is not working. Website is up, but it is not showing the data. So what I need to do, I will go to, when you start, you may see the following error, right? Is service failed? Don't worry, we have to follow these steps. Follow the command. Go to the etc init.d. So I'm in that directory. If you could not find the file Nagios, there that is in the folder. So I think there is a, if I go into this, I can find Nagios is there, right? So if we don't find, then there will be a skeleton folder underneath this. So you need to copy from there. Okay, but we don't need this. Paste the following code. So I need to copy this code, which is again Nagios related configuration, and write it into the this file, Nagios file. So first I will go to this file, and in the end I need to paste this code, which is saying description equals to Nagios, name this daemon means my service, right? And this is the configuration file I need to give as the argument, and PID is the name.log. It should be logged. So I'll copy this and I will paste it here. And I will save it. Next, make this file executable. All right. Restart your Apache. Okay, one more thing we need to do. You need to go to your Nagios service file and you need to copy some more code, which is again related to my Nagios. What is my, so I've copied it. Okay, so this is done. Now, because I change in the service, I need to enable and restart it. So if you see the status, it should be active and running. Now, if you want to monitor the memory, you need to install htop. So if you want to monitor the memory of the system. So now everything is done, and now you can see everything is fine, right? Currently we have local host because by default it monitors the local host. So there are some services. So these services are still loading. Okay, it is in the pending state. It is just keep checking whether, so it takes some time to load it. So pending means it is waiting for some status. Here we have not mentioned so far, this is local host. So basically what happens when we go to our Nagios, so there is one directory get created and that directory creates the object. So let me go to that directory. So for that you need to go to your this folder. If I go to this, I say ls, so all the Nagios related information is available here. So if I go to objects, so now you can see there are a lot of configuration files are available. These configuration files are basically showing it onto your screen. So if I go to my host, local host, so if I say nano localhost.cfg, so this is my host configuration. So it means so far there is only one host is configured, which is your Linux server. And this is local host. So that information you are seeing over there. And it is monitoring 27.127.0 means my local host only. And down there, you can see the services. So define service. So this is the ping service. Okay, so here if you go in the services, you can see there is a ping service. See now these are okay. It means this status is fine. Now ping service is pending still. So if what I will do, I will change the ping service name here. So I will call it say ping 1. So if I change it here, and if I systemctl restart Nagios. So if I restart my service, now it should be ping 1 here. So it is. See, ping 1. So it means that configuration file data, you can see it here. But how it is doing the ping command? So for that, there is a separate configuration file, which is the commands.cfg. So if I go to commands.cfg, not Siri, nano commands.cfg. So here all the commands which is related to your uh, which is related to any service is defined here. So say an example for ping for notification email. So if SMTP server is installed on your system and you want to send the notification, you need to use the command notify service by email. Okay, so it will go and so same way here it is checking. So basically what we'll do, we'll go to our local host and let us see the ping service. So this ping service is using check ping command. And this command should be in the commands.cfg file. So if I go here and to find, we use Control W, and I want to search ping command. Check underscore ping it was. Okay, so here not this one. Yeah. So here you can see there is a command name ping is defined, check underscore ping, and this I am using over there. So basically, what is happening behind the scene? This command is running behind the scene. So this command is the check underscore user one, means whosoever user is logged in. Check underscore ping minus h is the host name, minus w is the means if you want to put some arguments. Arguments is, if you see, argument 1, argument 2. So if we see here, so there are some arguments are given. So see, check local disk. So these are the arguments given. 10%, 20%. Okay. Okay, so basically what is this is the, so this is check ping command is used, right? Then some arguments are passed, which is basically specific to that particular command, and it gives you the output on the screen. Same way, if you see the root partition, there is a command which is running check underscore local disk, and that command is defined into your command.cfg file. Similar way, if you want to monitor other things, if you want to monitor commands.cfg, switch.cfg for switches, if you want to monitor the switches, then you need to go to this file and change it. If you want to have some context in the sense, if I open this file, okay, so this is the email ID. So that contact information you can find it over here. So whenever you are configuring any email, so how you work means you just monitor it, or you make any changes also. Do you make any changes in the Nagios configuration or not? How do you add? Okay, okay, you go there. Okay, okay. So Nagios.cfg file, you make the changes.
And we have the master server we have to do actually. So whenever we have a, for example, even Nagios also, here this is Ubuntu, right? We are using a Red Hat. So when we do the patching on that particular Nagios,
Other server is up.
Other server actually, I can show you the entries to after it. So what we do, even we just do the failover to the other. That is like through script itself. Like we have the entry actually, so that we have to just hash it out actually. So they do the
okay. 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 And you get the notification as well.
Yes.
So how do you get
notification actually? Email they are not getting. even that we are discussing that for non-prod servers, we are discussing to get instead of ticket, we plan to make it as
email.
That actually even I have not done.
Okay, so for that you need to change the context.cfg file. Okay, there you need to mention the email ID and SMTP server is properly installed on your system. Then it will work. Context.cfg. Same way printer. So there are some templates are also defined. Printers means if you want to configure the printer, monitor the printer. And if you see Nano templates.cfg. So these are the templates. So say an example, you are using the local host. So there it follows some template. So what template is there? So say an example, it is the host related. So generic host, if you create any host and if you say type is generic host, then all these properties will be automatically assigned to that particular host. Here we were using Linux server. So automatically it is using internally it is using the generic server 24/7 it is up, interval every 5 minutes, and here you can see the comments as well. Actively check the host every 5 minutes. Okay, so if does not, then critical or this kind of status comes into the picture, right? If you want to retry, if that is not reachable, again you want to try, after 1 minute it will try. Maximum attempts 10 attempts, after that it will say. So means you can see here host is alive or not, working hours. Which one? Check period?
Notification period, work hours.
So Linux says admins hate to be woken up, so we only notify, not that the notification period variable is being.
Okay,
so yes.
Real time we are using
Okay.
And that 120, sorry, that work hours actually are not.
It is 2 hours. Actually, it is 120 minutes.
120
Minutes means 2 hours. Yes. Yes. 24/5. Okay. Yes, yes. You can show your original configuration. I can explain that as well. Okay, so that is related to host, and same way for services also it will be defined here. So this is for the printer, this is for the switch. So these all see here for the services, right? So if tomorrow, if you need to do any configuration change for the generic host, for all the hosts, you can go over here because we are following this, right? So we can make the changes here. Now, for example, you want to monitor the Windows server as well. So what I will do, I will go to one step above and I will say nano nagios.cfg file. Okay, so this is the top level configuration file. And here, whatever you want to monitor, here for the 1 second, for Windows Server, here you can see configuration, this is commented, so I'm uncommenting it. So now it can monitor the Windows Server as well. So if I save it, yes, enter. Okay, so now I have saved it. Now, if I say, because I changed in the Nagios service, so I need to restart the service. So I will say system CTL Nagios restart. Okay, so now if I go to my web page now, and if I refresh it, so you can see that Win server was also now getting monitored. See? So when you are using the Windows server, you have to install Nagios client also, which is NS client. And for the Unix servers or Linux server, we use the NRPE client. We need to install it. Okay, so let us do up till here for today. We'll continue this Nagios tomorrow. So where we will configure the other machines to my host machine. All right.